Welcome back, dear students. In this video, I'll explain about verbs and its types. Verbs are the words that describe the actions or state of being of people, animals, places, or things. Means, verbs are the words that is describing the action. What are the action done by an animal, a man, a woman, what had happened to a place or things. Or it may even show the state of a being, state of an animal, bird, plant, whatever it is. These words are called the verbs. The primary function of verb is to show the action done in a sentence. For example, you can say, do not go outside. Here the action word is go. Then we can say go is the verb in that sentence. Another example, I go to play every day. Here we can see two actions are there. I go, then what I am doing there? Play. So, two verbs are there, go and play. See here, you can see more examples. I go to play every day. I sleep at 8 p.m. every day. What is action done? Sleep. So, sleep is a verb there. We should wash our hands every time we eat something. So, two actions, wash and eat. Do not go outside. Go is another verb. Come inside, it is very cold outside. So the action done there is come. So we can say that the primary function of verbs is to tell what action is being performed in a sentence. Now we can focus on the division of verbs on the basis of role played. Okay. On the basis of the role in a sentence, the verbs can be classified into three categories. They are the action verbs or main verbs, the linking verbs, or next one is auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. These are the three categories of verbs on the basis of role played. First, we can look in detail about the action verbs or main verbs. The action verbs tells us what the subject is doing in the sentence. An action verb will answer the following question, and the question is, what is the subject doing? For example, Ram is cutting onion. That is a example. Ram is cutting onion. What is Ram doing? Cutting onion. So onion is a noun. Then what is remaining there? Cutting. So that cutting is called the action verb or the main verb. Ramu is sleeping. What is he doing? Sleeping. So sleeping is the action verb or the main verb. So when you are asking the question, what happens to a subject? That whatever the answer we are getting, that will be the action verb or the main verb. Then comes the linking verbs. Linking verb means these are the most common linking verb, and they are the forms of the verb be. Be is having different form like is, are, was, were, been and being. Is, are we are using with present tense. Was and were we are using with past tense, and been and being we are using in voices, especially in voices. For example, he is a good boy. For singular present tense, we have to use is. If the subject is singular, we have to use is. And if the subject is I, we have to use am. And if the subject is plural, like they, we, you have to use are. And the past tense of is, am is was. And the past tense of are is were. We were playing, it is a past tense. We are playing, that is a present tense. Then been we are using with the perfect tense also. With the perfect continuous tense like present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, we are using being, been. And being, B-I-N-G, we are using with the passive voice of continuous tense like Ram is been cutting the onion. Like this, in order to use in passive voice, especially with the continuous tense, we are using being. So these words, you have to just by heart all these words. Is, are, was, were, be and being, these are the linking verbs. And sometimes the verbs like appear, seem, taste, turn, sound, smell, these are also called linking verbs because they act as a complement to the subject. I'll show you the example, then you will understand in detail. See the example, the mushroom pizza tastes delicious. Here the subject is the mushroom pizza. And what is the complement of this pizza? It is delicious. So between the subject and the complement comes the verb taste. So then we can say that verb is actually a linking verb because it is linking the subject with its complement. So we can say it is the linking verb over there. Another example, Sam appears tired. Here the subject is Sam, and what happened to Sam? He is tired. That is a compliment given to Sam. And we are connecting subject with the complement with the verb appears. Then we can say that verb is actually a linking verb because it is connecting the subject with its complement. Then that verb is called a linking verb. The last type of verb on the basis of role played is auxiliary verb or the helping verb. Okay, auxiliary verb is also called as a helping verb, and again we can classify the auxiliary verbs into two categories, and they are primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. The helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs help the main verbs in doing their job. Like example, you can see they were going to watch a movie. So the main verb here is going. And in order to give a complete meaning to the sentence, we need the help of where. It is past tense. Otherwise, we can say they are going to watch a movie. Then it will be present tense. So in order to give a help to the main verb, we are using the helping verb. The helping verb also shows the tenses. For example, in present tense, it will be showing the action has been performed. I am doing a work. I am doing a work. So there doing is the main verb and am is the auxiliary verb or the helping verb. Then has been performed. I was doing a work. There doing is again the main verb and was is the auxiliary verb, but it is showing the past tense. Then I will be doing the work. There doing is the main verb and will and be both are the auxiliary verbs. So the helping verbs, so the auxiliary verb also shows the tenses of the sentence. We can see the helping verbs. The most common helping verbs are is, are, was, were, has, have, be, been, had, do, just, did, done, could, should, would, can, will, may, might. These are the most common helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs. As I have told you previously, auxiliary verbs or the helping verbs can be divided into two categories, and they are the primary auxiliaries and the modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries means these are the verbs used in forming the tenses and voices of other verbs. And they include all the forms of the verbs like be, do and have. And the verb be is already having 7 other forms. As we know, they are is, are, was, were, been and being. These are the forms of be. Just be. See the example, I am writing a letter. Their writing is the main verb and am is showing the tense and it is giving a support to the main verb writing. So we can say am is a helping verb and it is a primary auxiliary because it is coming under the be form. Be form, seven auxiliary words are there under be form. So am is coming under be form. So we can say am is a helping verb and it is a primary auxiliary as well. Now we have another variety of helping verb, that is the modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliary are those auxiliaries or those helping verbs which specify various moods or modes or context of the main verbs they are associated with. And the modal verbs are used to indicate basically modality, and modality allows the speaker to express certainty, surety, possibility, willingness, obligation. Obligation means duty, then necessity or ability. So in order to express these feelings, these moods or these context, we are using the modal auxiliaries. And when you are seeing the examples, you can easily understand it. See the examples given here. We can play football, we could play football, we may play football, we might play football, likewise. So when we are just changing the modal auxiliary, then the meaning of the sentence is changed. Can is showing the ability, could is showing the past ability, may is showing the chance, might is also showing the chance. Then we must play football, it is a compulsory thing. Likewise, if we are using the modal auxiliaries, the entire meaning will be changed. A verb can be studied in terms of its object, whether it has an object or it does not have any object. On the basis, the verbs can be categorized as transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Transitive verb means the action verbs which require some direct or indirect object to receive the action, or whose effect is received by someone, that it can be direct or indirect object. These verbs are called the transitive verbs. Simply a transitive verb has a direct or indirect object. That's it. See the example here. The audience applauds the actors. So for whom the audience applauds? For the actors. So the actors, they are the object over there. So we can say the applaud verb applaud is a transitive verb. Then an intransitive verb means these are the verbs which lack an indirect or direct object, and they do not require any object to receive their actions because the effect of those actions is limited to their respective subjects. So here in intransitive verbs, in that sentence, the verb doesn't need an object, even the subject is pretty much enough. See, the audience applauds loudly. So here the sentence is complete. We don't want to know to whom the audience applaud. We know the audience applauds loudly. So there we can see loudly is the adverb. There is no object after the verb. Then that verb is called an intransitive verb. An intransitive verb means it does not have a direct object or an indirect object. Once again, I'm just repeating. Transitive verb means the action verbs that have an object to receive that action. Example, I bake some cookies. What I bake? Some cookies. I ride the bicycle. What I ride? The bicycle. I move the chair. What I moved? I moved the chair. The chair. So every sentence has an object. Then we can say that verb is a transitive verb. While in an intransitive verb, the action verbs are unlike transitive verbs and they do not have an object to receive the action. For example, I laugh. I don't know for what I laugh. I cry. The book falls. If it was written the book falls on the ground will be the object. But here the object is not given. So we can say laugh, cry and falls. All these are the intransitive verbs. Once again, we can just rewind the things I have taught you today. So basically, the verbs are the symbolic of some work or action or activity, process, state, condition, quality or possession. And we can classify the verbs into two categories. The first one is on the basis of role played. On the basis of role played, we can classify the verbs into again three categories, and they are the main verbs or the action verbs, the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs, and the linking verbs. Then on the basis of the object, again we can classify the verbs into two categories, and they are the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So in the next video, I'll explain about the classification of verbs on the basis of strength and the basis of changeability. I hope you understood up to what I have taught you today, and if you have any doubt, please do clarify the earliest. Be happy and be healthy. Thank you for watching.